Just look at those flares. Wow. You gotta love anamorphic lenses. All right, imagine you had a partner, somebody who can schedule tasks for you, somebody who can research for you, somebody who can create websites for you, somebody who can help you make smarter decisions when it comes to investing, and even somebody who can help you redesign your room by finding the best furniture from IKEA and showing you before and after. Well, I found just a tool and it's called MANUS. Let's check it out. All right, so let's jump right in. Now, when you first create your account with MANUS, you're going to be greeted with this screen. As you can see on the left, you've got your tasks, your previously completed tasks. You've got your search bar over here. You've got different modes. You've got the agentic mode. You've got an adaptive mode, which basically understands what you want it to do, and it will switch between the modes. Then you've just got your normal casual chat feature like you do on any other different LLM, ChatGPT, Gemini, etc. So let's dive straight into all the different cool things that you could do with this. And there's a lot. So I'm going to highlight the best things and let you decide which ones you're going to use. All right, so let's start with the first thing. You can create websites with this, and I'm talking at super speed. Let's give it a prompt. So we're going to tell it to research the top 7 sites in AI automations, extract offers, headlines, guarantees and pricing, and build me a landing page that beats them. Strong hero, 3 value pillars, social proof placeholders, FAQs, and contact. Let's do it. You go over here and hit send. Now, this is the thing. This is literally acting as another person, and it's giving you updates as if it were another person and the way that another person would give you these updates. I mean, have a look. So if we scroll up, so it's saying, okay, we're doing this. We're going to create these pillars. As you can see, it's going to create the value pillars. It says we don't just automate, your business is unique, etc. Blah, blah, blah. And then it gives you, so you can, by the way, you can edit these. So it says your company name, is asking for your company name. It's create the FAQs, and then we've got ready to transform business, and then it's got a contact form at the end. So it's saying this is basically what it's going to do, right? And if we go to the top, okay, so now we can see that it's done the research. We've got everything here. It's telling you exactly which ones it's checked out. It's got these different companies that it's had a look at, blah, 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 all these other bits and bobs. And so now it's done the research. And now we can say, cool, go ahead. So we can just press this feature if you want to just speak into it. Go ahead and create the website. Bang. Hit send. It's going to analyze what I've just said. And before you know it, it's began coding. And this is called vibe coding, basically, where you're just literally vibing and coding. I mean, that's what they call it, right? Vibe coding. When you get the AI to basically code for you. And you literally just speak to the AI. As you can see, it's doing it. And it has its own computer. So this is actually doing all this stuff on its own computer. If we go down, and it's probably going to take about, let's just say, anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes. But that's 5 to 10 minutes to create a fully working website. And you can actually ask the AI to replicate websites. So I'll show you an example that I did. So as you can see, I asked the AI to replicate a website for me. And it went ahead and asked me, cool, what website would you like me to replicate? And I said, yeah. Does this work? And it said, cool, let me check. And it was scrolling, as you can see. So it literally is, it's acting as a person, just as a person would. It's scrolling, it's reading, it's editing, it's executing, it's coding, and then you keep going down and bang, it gave me a website. Now, this is like already pretty good. I mean, if you have a look at the website, I asked it to compare it to me to replicate. This is the website, right? I said, replicate this website. And literally, as you can see, if we go to the website that is created for Mindside now, Mindside, this is the company that I said to create the website for, is literally very similar. But I didn't really like this website because it's quite rigid. Nothing's moving. It's like, it's got barely any animation going on. So I asked it to go ahead and animate the website and add my Calendly link to it, just like the last website was. And then it asked me, cool, can you give me your link? This is the good thing about this. If I forget to do something, like to give it a link, it's not just going to assume and put something random there. It's actually going to ask me, can you please give me your link? And it won't move on until you've given it the link. So I gave it the link, cool, carrying on. As you can see, searching images, it's actually going to find all the images for you. And before you know it, it had it created. Now, this took about 10 minutes, right? It took about 10 minutes. Let's have a look. And that's 10 minutes to create a whole website. As you can see, the animations are so much nicer on this website than it was in the last one. And right at the bottom, we have my Calendly link. And you can actually go ahead and book a meeting with me. And everything just works. And if you want to change anything, you literally just vibe code it. You just say, change this, change that, etc. And it will go ahead and do that. So if you want to create a website, well, there's your guy. All right, so use case number 2. Let's imagine I have a room and I need it redesigned and I need it to give me information of where I can buy the furniture and how much it's going to cost, etc. It's quite easy. Go up here. Let's go to Google and let's just search up, room. Let's get an empty room. Let's just find an empty room, right? Go here and perfect. Here we go. This is a good empty room image. Let's save that. Bang. Let's go back to Manus and let's just drag that into here. Cool. We've got our room now. Now let's prompt it. So here we go. I've given it my prompt. I've told it that I want something simple and go ahead and just hit send. And then we can see now it's working. It's doing its thing. It's telling you what it's going to do. I'm going to do this. It's thinking. And before you know it, it's going to get started. As you can see down here, this is Manus's computer. So if you just enlarge in this window, you can see it's doing all the research here. It's checking all the different things. And if you open this window, you can see all the different things that it's doing, all the different research. Sometimes you can see it accessing the web. Sometimes you can see it on IKEA and doing different things, and you can actually watch it in action. If you go down here and you open up this, you can see all the different steps. So it's analyzed the room. Now it's generating before and after preview images. And then what it's going to do is go to IKEA and start sourcing those different bits and bobs for your furniture. And finally, it's going to deliver the final result. So let's see what happens. Okay. So you can see now it's created some kind of design. Okay, now it's on the internet. It's gone over to IKEA. So you can actually see the AI in action. It's using its own computer to browse and to do stuff. And in this case, it's on IKEA's website and it's about to look for some furniture that best suits your room and that would work best in the image that you've given it. So we can see it in action here. It's gone onto IKEA's website and now it's going to start looking for stuff. And you can actually see here, it's telling you what it's doing. It's clicking element. I've accessed IKEA's US site. It's doing this and that. And by the way, I don't want it to actually access IKEA's US site because I'm based in the UK. So I can actually change that. I can tell it here to use the UK site. But for the sake of this example, we'll just leave it. And there we go. It's found a desk and it's going to add that to the cart. And it's going to basically use this and build out my room for me. So it's going to find all these bits and bobs and then build out a room that will be similar. So it's going to look at the different things. If it doesn't like it, it's going to go back and find something else and then put something together. And by the way, it's a pretty cool thing, but you can actually use the computer of the AI. If you go up here, it says use Manus's computer. And if you press that, you can actually open it up and then you can use the application. And then before you know it, there we go. I'm actually on the AI computer. I'm scrolling. I'm going to add this to my bag. And you can do stuff. Oh, and it's also using the computer. So we're both using the computer together right now. Let's click on shape. Let's go back. Let's click on type. So as you can see, I'm doing stuff and the AI is doing stuff. So, I mean, it's just a cool side point. And then you can exit take over here. And you can say something, before you exit, like, let's say it was doing something wrong. You can say, oh, by the way, I've entered in my details now. You can now log into my account, for example, and then just continue. And it's back to square one. So it's telling me I've analyzed the room, I've researched IKEA, I've generated the before and after, and I've compiled the items. So now if we hit this interactive thing here, hit download, open it up, room design, here we go. I don't know if you can see this. Okay, so we can see this is the before image that I gave it, and this is what it's done. So you can literally go next to it, it gives you the item code and exactly what it is. So let's say I wanted this chair, for example, view on IKEA. There it is. There's the chair. And remember when I asked it to give me 2 different designs? So it's giving me 2 different layouts for my room in case I want to go for a different layout. And you can see it's all here. So yeah, you get the point. And it gives you the price, how many products, etc. It's pretty cool, pretty neat, pretty useful. All right, let's move to use case number 3. Create a new task. And let's go ahead and do this. Every morning at 9 a.m., I want you to do some research around where I can invest my money. I want to invest £50 every single day into the least risk areas I'm not an investor, so I have no idea what to do, where to invest, where to put my money. So I'm completely relying on you to do the research and to minimize my risk and to remind me every single day at 9 a.m. to invest and where to invest. Cool. So let's see what it does now. So it's going to go ahead and listen to my voice note. It's created the task, as you can see. So that's another thing you can do on here, by the way. You can create tasks. So it's literally said, okay, I've scheduled a daily reminder for you at 9 a.m. to research low risk investments. And then is there anything I can help you with right now? Would you want me to do this immediately, etc.? And if you want to do this right now, just to test it, you can go ahead and hit run now. And it's literally going to go ahead and do that right now. Once again, Manus's computer has opened up. And you can see the steps again. It's going to gather the information. It's going to analyze and compare. It's going to prepare comprehensive recommendations. And then it's going to give you a final product. If you open up the computer, you can see everywhere that it's looking, what it's doing, how it's coming up with this information. So it's opened up. It's funny that it uses Google Chrome. So it's got it's opening up website, it's reading, it's analyzing information, and it's trying to understand what are the best where is the best place I can invest. And then before you know it, it will give you a sheet. So for all of you investors out there or people who want to get into investment and have no idea what to do, literally this is the go-to. And by the way, you can schedule any kind of task you want. For example, if you wanted the AI to research the latest news stories and break them down and so that you can understand them, what's going on, etc., you could do that. And every single morning, you're going to have a report ready of the 5 latest pieces of news in whatever category you're looking for, whether it's AI, whether it's global world affairs, whatever it might be, and that'll be ready for you in the morning whilst you're having your coffee to read and keep up to date. Okay, use case number 4. I recently had a meeting with a client and I use Fathom, which is an AI note taker, and it basically jumps on your Zoom calls and it takes notes for you and then ready to view once your meeting is over. What I'm going to do is I need a follow-up. I need some kind of plan for this video creation that we're doing. We're creating a video for this client. And what I need the AI to do is take my meeting notes and then create a plan for me. And I don't need any kind of plan. I want an in-depth plan of exactly what days I'm going to be doing this, what days I'm going to be going here, so that I can share this with the client and so they get a good understanding what it is that we're going to be doing for them. Let's see how it handles the task. So I'm going to click here. I recently had a meeting with a client and I'm going to share with you the summary notes. And what I want you to do is create an in-depth or high-level plan for the video creation, scene by scene, and the dates and any equipment needed, risks, etc. Okay, now watch what it's going to do because I haven't actually given it the summary. So it's going to ask me to send over the summary, right? So it's just checking everything. It's opening up its computer, it's thinking, and now it's going to, okay, so it's saying, please share the summary notes. There you go, he's waiting for me now. So it's waiting for me to share with it the summary notes. So I'm going to literally just paste that here. There we go, enter. So all my notes from my meeting are in here. There we go. Develop comprehensive video production plan with scene breakdown, scheduling, equipment. And it's literally going to go ahead and do all of that for me now. This would have taken me a long time to do, by the way. Let's see what it's done. So it gives you this. I like how it doesn't just throw everything onto the chat. It creates separate documents for it. Let's hit that. And there we go. So it gives you a whole breakdown of this company is going to be doing this. And this is the core concept. We're talking about fresh bread, fresh start, the arrival, interviews, training, locations, all the different, scenes basically. It's pretty cool. I mean, I want to go through this properly later on and actually check out what it's done. But equipment required, there we go. Sony, it gives you options. So Sony FX3 or Canon C70. Audio, you're going to need a lavalier mic. You're going to need a boom mic, etc. Lighting, all the different lights that you need, 3-point lighting. You've got tripods, you've got gimbals, all that kind of stuff. Risk assessment, the likelihood of a risk, the impact. This is pretty cool. I mean, the next step, and then White Box Media will share an example of work to breadwinners, and breadwinners will provide key dates for graduation ceremony. So as you can see, this is pretty cool. And if you want to add to this, you can actually get the AI to research the company. And you can say here, let's just hit this tool again. Research the client and understand more about them and create a more tailored script. So now what it's going to do is actually go ahead and research that client. But I haven't once said who the client is. It's going to take everything from the script. There we go. Look, I'll research breadwinners, which is the client, the charity. I'm going to give you information, etc. So now it's doing its research. There you go. It's found them. Breadwinners Charity, Young Refugees, London, all that kind of stuff. And it's going to now use the browser. You can actually see it's opened up the website. It's found key statistics, found its mission, tagline, programs. Amazing. I mean, this is what we're talking about, right? This thing is basically acting as another person, and it's doing what I would ask a person to do, a co-worker or some kind of an assistant to do, right? And it's actually scraping the whole website. It's going through the website. It's clicking different pages. It's taking down notes. So it goes on the website and then it takes down notes regarding that specific page, all these key points, and then it's going to go ahead and create the same sheet, but with a completely different understanding, because now it knows the client and it understands what it is that they want. And if you come here, you can see it gives you a little summary of what it's doing. It's scrolling. If you want to see exactly what it's doing, we can just open that up again, or we can close that. And yeah, one thing to note, by the way, this is a credit-based system. I'm not a big fan of AIs that use credits, but you kind of understand why it needs to for something like this, because these are heavy tasks. We're talking it's taking it like 2 to 10 minutes to complete tasks like creating websites, etc. There is a free version, but you would need to upgrade to be able to do more with this. And here we go. Open this up and all the research is here. So pretty handy. And it literally took it about 2 minutes to do, I think, 2.5 minutes. And it's done what would have taken me a good half an hour to an hour to research and to go take all those notes and compile a structured document like that. Pretty cool. So this is a credit-based system. So if you want to understand how many credits you're using up every time you run a prompt, you just go down here, hit settings, hit usage, and there we go. It's all here, a breakdown of everything. Some of the bigger things like creating websites are obviously going to be much more demanding and take more credits. Look, 877, replicate a website. There we go. Smaller tasks will take less and bigger tasks will take more. You can go over here to schedule tasks to see all the tasks you have scheduled. And these are the tasks that we create today. I mean, I don't need 2 of these. We just need 1. And you can see you've got your tasks here. And if they have completed tasks, they'll come down over here. And if you go down to integrations here, some more core features, you can actually link this with Zapier if you have any systems and automations already there and you wanted to access those. You can build with API keys. So if you want to access something from, NAN, for example, and you want to link that to your MANUS account, you can get your API keys from NAN and you can obviously create a new thing and link it here. So you can do some pretty cool stuff. I mean, there's so much to play about with here. You have your knowledge base. So we go ahead to knowledge, and this is basically where you'd put anything you want it to know about you, about your company, about the things that you do. And you can just hit add knowledge here, call it something like, company history, whatever it might be. And then when do you want it to use this knowledge? Whenever you ask it about your company, I'm guessing, and then give it some content. And just make sure you enable that here. Otherwise, if it's disabled, it won't access that knowledge that you've given it. I hope that's given you a good understanding of MANUS, what it can do, and some of the capabilities that it has. Of course, everyone is going to have a different use case for this. Some of you out there are creative. Some of you out there are lawyers and doctors and a whole bunch of different skill sets. So you can find your best use case once you go through it yourself and see what capabilities it has. And if you're like me, always looking for the latest tech and AI to help you 10x your speed and become more productive, like this video and subscribe to this channel and follow this journey.